Hi, I'm Zach. I'm a 31-year-old vegan singer-songwriter, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about how sobriety is a big breath of fresh air. So, more than 3 months ago, I quit nicotine, vaping, weed, smoking, and drinking a whole bunch of caffeine all the time, and then eating processed foods. And then I relapsed like a week or two ago. But relapsing really made me realize how much sobriety really is a big breath of fresh air. I've been smoking and all this stuff pretty much since the age of 13. And the contrast of always smoking and always being in that cloudy state of mind, and half the time I'm breathing in some cloud of smoke or vape. The contrast of that compared to just breathing air 100% of the time is huge. And I noticed it immediately. That's why my relapse made me realize how much I value being sober. Because I felt it immediately. I felt as though, like, as soon as I was breathing it in, and then I hit the nicotine vape, and then I wanted another one, and then I wanted another one. It was like, first of all, the high that I was chasing from it is very underwhelming. It's not exactly what I thought it would be inside of my head whenever I was daydreaming about doing it again. The high I'm actually chasing from it is something that I can create, that I do create on my own. It's a natural state of just being that you get from breathing in deep. And every single time I took a hit, I got further away from that natural state of euphoria. It would give me some artificial feeling for a second, but then it would feel like suffocating. That's the best way that I can think to put it. But I would take another hit and breathe in more to further chase the feeling that I was going for, the euphoric, peaceful feeling that I was going for. And then I would take a hit of weed for the same reason. And then, remembering the cycle, if I were to have given in completely to my relapse and just chased the dragon, per se, and kept going deeper and deeper, then the caffeine is what I would drink in the morning, and sometimes even till at night. I would drink it to keep me going, because once I start hitting the vape, especially with nicotine, then I eat more and more and more, and then I start hitting it like every 30 seconds, basically. And then that really takes a toll on the body, and you don't realize how much of a toll it takes until you take you take a break, like I have, where I took 3-month break, and then I really realized it whenever I smoked it again, and then now here I am, another week later, off of it, and I'm still getting over sickness. I relapsed whenever I was sick, so I felt the ill effects even more, because whenever you're sick and then you smoke and vape, you're gonna feel worse, and you're gonna really feel the bad effects. And so I'm still not 100% there. Like, I'm probably like 90% better now. but still kind of fatigued. But looking back over the 3 months of my sobriety, I remember how I felt with all the energy I've had, compared to how I felt whenever I was smoking and vaping all the time. It's very, very refreshing. Even now, it's very refreshing, and I'm not fully recovered. It's very refreshing to wake up in the morning and not have to go to my vape first thing in the morning, or not have the urge. I mean, much of the time I would have the discipline to be able to say, I'll wait till later to do it. Because I also noticed that if I was just hitting it all the time throughout the day, then it was really just not that enjoyable. Overall, it was really, really just not that enjoyable. I was only hitting it just to ease the pain that it was causing itself. And it's really a breath of fresh air to not have to hit it after meals, to not have to hit it throughout the day. Because every single time I hit my nicotine vape, it would bring me down. Like, my energy levels. It would make me a little bit more fatigued. It would make my heart rate go up because nicotine is a stimulant, but it would make me more tense, and then it would make it harder to actually relax, which would take a toll on my body, which would make me more worn out. Each day I did it. And so it's a breath of fresh air to actually know what it's like to be able to relax, to be able to enjoy things again without having to worry about, how am I going to get my nicotine? Like, sometimes you have to take multiple hour breaks, either working a shift, driving somewhere with my kid inside the car. I don't want to hit the vape with them in there, so I won't hit it then. Or just going in to a restaurant to eat, which I don't do that often. Or playing a show, playing a gig where I'll be inside where you can't vape. But even if I'm outside, I don't hit my vape at shows in front of everybody. It just feels weird. Although I would do it sometimes whenever I street performed, but I stopped doing it then for the most part also. So taking all those breaks whenever I smoked, it was like there was always this panic, this stress, this anxiety of, I have to take a 2-hour break from all these things, or from vaping and smoking. And now I don't have to worry about that at all. And whenever I relapsed, I was in this state of mind that I kind of gave up a little bit. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, I'll just escape all the time as much as I can, and it will ease the pain. So I would have just not street performed as much. I would have just not went to as many gigs. I would have still been there for my son and not tip my vape in front of my son. But besides that, all the other stuff, I would have just not done it. But on, like, the first 10 minutes of relapsing and me starting to accept that state of mind and get into that, it felt so uncomfortable. I started to think about my life and everything, and it felt like the walls were closing in, and like each hit just drew me in deeper and deeper, and then it got me further and further away from this sobriety state that I had been in for months, where I was very effectively working, constantly getting so much done, just one thing after the other, again and again, focused. But as I gave in to relapsing and the state of mind of, you know what, I'll just play video games all day and just kind of give up on life, the walls were closing in, and then I started to really reevaluate and think about my music and my life, and where I was at, and what I want to do, and what these substances are doing to me right now in this moment, and how it feels, and how it's already making me feel more tired, and I'm not even really enjoying it as the way that I thought I would, or as much as I thought I would, or really that much at all. It's not really enjoyable. So, and then I thought how it's not worth it at all. It's all the feelings that I wanted from these substances, I was getting 10 times and more just by being sober. Even though I'm doing all this stuff, and sometimes it's overwhelming, the amount of work that I'm doing, I don't need substances to take a step back and not overwork myself. And it's not really the work that's the problem. The work makes me feel refreshed. It's like the movement, the exercise, the working out my brain whenever I'm writing, whenever I'm solving problems, and like editing and all these things. That's good. It's the expectations that's really making me want to escape. And so whenever I was relapsing, and I'm feeling the walls closing in, and I'm feeling like I'm suffocating, and then I'm feeling like I'm not really enjoying it, and I'm thinking, well, I told myself I was going to go in there and play video games, but I'm not exactly feeling it. Although I still was kind of excited to do the video games, since it's like the anticipation of it. It's more the anticipation of getting high and smoking and then playing video games and escaping from the world than the actual thing, it seems. Because once I went inside and I played video games, it wasn't long into it. I mean, immediately into it, I realized I got the same feeling. The walls are closing in. Like suffocating, hit after hit. It's like, it's just not doing what I expected it to do for me. It's not making me feel peaceful or euphoric. And any amount of it that is, it's not worth it. It's like it's followed by some other feeling of anxiety, or suffocating, or walls closing in, or just not feeling whole and needing more and more and more, like an endless void. And so I didn't really think about it right then and there, but the next day I was taking a shower, and I was like, yeah, this isn't how I want to live. I was going in the right direction before, and I'll be much happier if I keep going in that direction. And so I'm very glad that I decided to go the sober route once again, and breathe in fresh air all the time, instead of putting in vapes and smoke into my lungs, and suffocating myself in life, both metaphorically and literally. So leave a comment down below. Do you use substances? Do you smoke, vape? Have you quit smoking and vaping also? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. For the animals! Woo!